Good morning from Virginia City RV Park, way up on top of this mountain. Sun's just coming up. Looks like might get a little bit of a sunrise. Had a good night's sleep. There's that big cemetery down there. It takes up the entire mountain top. Few high clouds. Gonna load up the van here in a minute. This is my morning routine. Usually get up, have a cup of coffee, stretch, get outside a little bit. Mornings are usually the best time for me. It's nice and cool. Put stuff back in the van. Not too big of a travel day. I got to run into Carson City, pick up a few supplies, a little bit of food. Then we're heading to Lake Tahoe, which isn't that far away. Yeah, it's pretty up here this time of day. Everyone's sleeping. But I forgot yesterday to go see those storyboards up top of that hill. So our way out of this morning, I'm going to run up there real quick, see what we missed yesterday. All right, grab your cup of coffee, get ready. Time to roll. Oh no, it's like a little park maybe up here. I seen it yesterday when I stopped and was checking the map. Looks like some of the local history about the gold mines, the town itself. That was something to walk through town though, wasn't it? I mean, right now they're all saloons, casinos. Of course, way back then it was probably the same thing, huh? All the miners. What's that? 10 Commandments. All written in stone. Very nice. That breeze feels good. Over by Lake Tahoe, I think it's actually going to be a little chilly. I got a reservation over there. We're going to do the boat ride tomorrow at Lake Tahoe. Silver Terrace Cemeteries. That's that cemetery you could see from my RV site. I didn't know the name of it. Silver Terrace. I know it's huge. A lot of acres. Here you go. Pictures of the old days. What town was. Look how big it was. That was way back in the 1800s. A lot of the old miners. Everyone had a mustache. They all wore hats. No one was overweight. Everyone was fit. Just a bustling town back then. To think they came up that hill that we drove up with wagons and horses and all that. Oh, I guess railroad too, huh? So, well, very good. And the attractions around town, the historic buildings. Virginia City, Nevada. That's a cool picture of that little mining car up there against the clouds. And that must be this tower. Or they brought it up here from a mine. That one right there. Okay. Everyone in the van. We're heading to Carson City. I think I'll take that truck route down the hill this morning instead of that ski slope we came up yesterday. I checked the maps. I'm going to head to a Walmart right on the north side of Carson City. I won't film all that. Looks like I'll get stuck in some town traffic. Then I forgot there is a world-class Nevada State Museum. And I have some time to kill this morning, so let's walk around downtown and I'll pop in that state museum as well. Used to be the old Carson City Mint. Used to make money there. Minting coins. Well, this truck route ain't much better than the other road. Might have a little less grade to it, but not a whole lot. Definitely longer. Takes you around the mountain. Okay, make a left here. Looks like people heading to work. A lot of people live around here. This is U.S. Highway 50. US 50 goes all the way across the USA. Starts in Sacramento and ends up over around Baltimore somewhere. I think a couple sections that'll connect with freeways, but pretty much it's a standalone Old U.S. highway. Kind of like the old Route 66, but this one's still going. To go back towards the east would be the loneliest road in America. It's what they call that section from Fallon over to Ely, Nevada. Alright, I'm going to cut up this road here because the phone is saying, make a right turn. Okay. And I'm going to shoot up to that Walmart. Right past the Carson City airport. Alright, I won't bore you with this. I'll be back in a bit. Was that quick enough? The power of editing video. Okay. One thing about the van, I don't have much storage. I usually have to make 2 stops a week. I carry a lot of drinks, you know, water and beverages and that kind of thing, but my fridge is tiny. So I normally get like 3 days worth of food at a time. If there's a Walmart, I'll stop, and otherwise, any store, doesn't matter. I don't buy much, a lot of salads, a little bit of burger, that kind of stuff, chicken. Got the crock pot with me this year. We're gonna do some crock pot cooking on the road once I get acclimated. Wow, look at all the construction. We are downtown Carson City. We're gonna head down to that Nevada State Museum if I can find it. They have every single street tore up here. Carson City's the capital of Nevada. State capitol's down here, all the state buildings. Nevada, it has just such old history to it. This museum's pretty cool. Look at that. Wow, they're really digging maybe sewer lines? I don't know. Those guys are surveying or something. Okay, I better pay attention here. I think there's a big casino parking lot I can park the van in. At least we're out of that road construction. There's the museum, that big building right there on the right. That's the old Carson City Mint. There's a casino, and here's the parking lot. Very cool. Well, I still got a few minutes before this thing opens up. Maybe we'll walk down the street, check out the Capitol. Well, there's the museum. Looks like that back section was added on. Well, let's take a little walk in this historic Downtown Carson City. Gee, a casino in Nevada. Go figure. They even have slot machines and gas stations here. But that's a pretty big casino right here in the corner, right down from the Capitol, too. That's an old timer. The Nugget Casino. All the trees. You know, you think of Nevada, you don't think about trees. Most of it's desert. We sure drove through a bunch of it getting up here, huh? Goldfield and Tonopah, that was out in the middle of nothing. There's Cactus Jack's. That building there is Secretary of State. Big old brick. That's an old timer too, huh? Quite the architecture. And if I remember right, Capitol should be a couple blocks down. Telegraph Street. To think back in the old days, this would have been full of wagons and horses and all that going on right around the Capitol. Wow, look at that brewery sign. Wonder if that was like an old movie theater or something. That is a huge sign. I don't know. Okay, believe it or not, you can't even see the dome. In all those trees is the Nevada State Capitol. Just buried in there. Last time I was in there, you couldn't see up in the dome. They had it all closed off. Let me get over here. Maybe we'll get a shot of it. But all those trees just surround the Capitol. What's this? Supreme Court, maybe? Something. Big old pillars on that building. Pretty cool access, though. To all your state buildings right here in Nevada. But there it is. That's your state capitol. Where? It is in there. Hundreds of trees. Have you ever seen anything like that? Talk about a tree lawn. They got it. I'll walk up a little farther. We ought to be able to zoom in on the front. Yeah. Halls of Justice here. See, there's the scale. All right, I'm gonna walk up here. Right down this aisleway, there's the front doors to the state capital of Nevada. Inside all those trees. Pretty cool, huh? Well, let's go see that museum opened up. And the official sign of Nevada for this used to be the Carson City Mint. They minted a lot of coins. But Philadelphia, Denver has one. I forget the other towns. Carson City, San Francisco, I think maybe, had a mint where they stamped the coins where they were made. Fancy flower gardens and planters. That would have been a lot of silver running through there. Of course, what's Nevada famous for? Silver mines. Wouldn't mind having some of them gold coins and silver ones now. Especially the old ones, they'd be worth a fortune. Got some pretty flowers going in June in Nevada. Heck yeah. Pony Express history, we've seen more of that. That Fort Churchill where we were just at a couple videos ago, that was an actual route for the Pony Express. Well, you can't go in the front door anymore. Just one old building. And it should be just about ready to open. Opens at 8 o'clock. More pretty flowers. It's nice when a museum opens at 8. You know, a lot of them anymore, they open like at 10 or 11 and close at 2 or 3. I think a lot of it's because they can't find volunteers to work them. Most museums, they don't make money. Big old gas station over there. Here's the official sign, Nevada State Museum. Right here in beautiful Carson City. There's the news section. Ooh, a bell. Let's ring the bell. That thing is heavy duty. That is one piece of thick metal. Need a big old hammer to really get it ringing. And looks like mining history, dedications to some of the people that built this. There's quite some architecture. Carson City, they get snow up here and get cold. They get winter time here. All right, well, should be about opened up. That's not a real gold bar, or I'd have to take it with me. Yeah, right. Well, this is their state museum. A lot of it's history from all over the place. Not only just the mint, but all over the state. They got a couple floors, he said, of displays. Now there's a book for your coffee table right there. That thing's huge. And this must be artwork. Old time slots. If there was a way to invent gambling, they did it here. Old time machines. Win 35 cents. Top prize was $2.50. Guns in the Wild West. What's that? Like a diving helmet. Roll cage for dice. A little bit of everything. Our Nevada stories. Well, there's a lot of them. Ooh. Black Fire Opal. Wow. Wouldn't you like to find a chunk of that stuff? That is very, very good. Very artistic. Eagle mural. Very cool. Well, there's the big fish that did not get away. All kinds of fishing in Nevada. Well, let's see what's in the back. Riveting America. Fashion and people. Contemporary art. Ooh. Well, there's a playing card. All kinds of stuff. Wow. The heck is this thing? Some kind of a basket with Christmas lights on it. Oh, I like that. Now that's cool. That could be hanging in the van. Heck yeah. Admire that every day. Very nice paintings. Well, to make it in here, you must be some kind of a pretty decent artist. Well, let's see what else we can get into. Kind of a replica mine in town. Pretty dark in here, my goodness. Hey, now we got some light. Uh-oh, got the gun room. We got rifles, pistols, about everything you could think of. That is quite the collection. Steel shutters on the inside that lock. No one's getting in there, huh? Probably from it back in the mint days, so they couldn't get in and get the coins. There you go. Go out and shoot about 200, oh, probably 1,000 rounds of bullets out of that thing. Old Gatling gun. There it is, mounted on an old wagon. Here's some old helmets. Someone had a very small head. That is tiny. Mortar shell, so represents the wars. More guns. Let's see what else we can get into here. Playing videos about the history of the building, and then more of those steel shutters on the windows.
The Mint and Museum still echoes
Carson City government and industry.
Collections of vintage Carson City coins in existence.
Just that wood cabinet alone is antique.
Particularly in its fine collection of Native American artifacts.
So you can sit here and watch a movie, but those big shutters, man. Steel shutters on the inside of a building. Well, this thing would have been like a bank, huh? The process of coining. Heck yeah. Here's the front door. We've seen it from the outside right there. All closed off. Here you go. Here's the money room. All the old minted coins. Silver dollars. And they probably minted gold coins here too. These are the dies they used to mint the coins, and they put a big X in it when it was done. When they canceled that coin series. I think they would have just destroyed the whole die, but, well, maybe they kept it for this stuff. Oh, heck yeah. Those are in brand new condition. Wonder what they're worth. My goodness. A lot. Ooh. Well, here's one of the coin. I don't know what they call them, a coin press? Stamp machine? That would have made a lot of noise punching metal. Silver is a kind of a soft metal. So is gold. That's where they were printing money. Or stamping money. Here's a Carson City coin collection. Norm Blitz. Wow. That is a lifetime of collecting. My dad collected coins, nothing like this, just like old Indian head pennies and buffalo nickels and quarters, Liberty dollars. I remember he had a few of those. I still have a couple of them left I was able to keep. Here you go. There's your silver tea set. That's beautiful. And here's another collection where someone purchased proof coins from the mint. Even has the envelope with his address, all the years that he ordered one every year. That is a very impressive collection. A lot of people would like to have this. Coin collecting is very serious. And what do we got? Ooh. Wow. That is fancy. I don't know how else to describe it. Big punch bowl. Everything's silver. Well, kind of the mint history through the years. Mint to museum. The storyline of it. The buildings and who run it. Yeah, the atomic bombs they set off in the desert. People used to go out and watch them for entertainment. Here you go, let's go to Vegas. Play the slots. I'm not much of a gambler, they'd lose money on me. Just no interest, get bored too quick. Custom old motorcycle in mint condition, in the mint, get it? Mint condition. Alright, I'll quit. There's no boat motor, old appliances, stoves, washing machines. America Great Pyramid, Hoover Dam. Heck yeah, we've been there. More than once. Uh-oh. Got the still. Oh, wow, look at all those kids. Let me move over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kids that lady has. No wonder she has a still. She needs it. Man, that's a lot of kids. Back in them days, look, they're all barefoot. Of course, you know, it wasn't bad back then. People were happy. They just had to work harder. Hard work doesn't hurt anyone. Big old gas pump. Old timer. What's this? Old car. All the old swimsuits. Nice old car. That motorcycle is red, so is the car. Wonder how they get this stuff up here. They must have like a freight elevator or something. There's a whole bunch of them parked out in front of the casino. Heading to town. Gonna go lose my paycheck. Oh, that's Goldfield. Ooh, that's a picture of Goldfield. We were just there a few videos ago. Remember, it said 20,000 people lived in Goldfield. Go figure. That's a lot for that little town. Especially back then, 20,000, that was a huge population. All right, place your bets. Red or black on roulette. More about the gaming of Nevada. I bet they had a good time posing for that picture. All the umbrellas, everyone just perfectly placed. Right on a stagecoach. That is cool. What a photo. Well, that's a 1 horsepower model there. And looks like old replica furniture and stuff. Oh, look at this. Here's Virginia City. We were just up there. Look how big it was with all the mining. Now it's all bars and restaurants. The Comstock Industrial Complex. That whole hill going up through there. I think there's one more floor somewhere. I gotta find it. All the animals, taxidermy, different species of birds. Gotta have a dinosaur. What else we got? Wow, look at that guy. Big old pelican thing, huh? About everything you can think of. Bighorn sheep. Pretty good little museum. Very first class. Very clean in here. Very well laid out. Shows you the whole timeline in Nevada, just not the mint. I kind of like that. And looks like about the geology of Nevada. The different minerals. Reminds me of quartzite. Look at that big old purple amethyst. I don't think there's purple amethyst here, but maybe I'm wrong. Uh-oh. Well, back when I was a kid in school, this thing was roaming around, huh? Wow, look at the tusk on that thing. That is just incredible. Imagine looking out the window and seeing that. Holy moly. Well, cool. Anything else? Ooh, earthquake. Yeah. That was pretty devastating. 6.0, that's in Wells and Ely. Elko, not Ely. Elko and Wells. That's like Interstate 80. That'd be clear on the eastern side of Nevada, heading almost into Utah. Well, looks like we made our round here. Another fossil on the wall. There's a fossil holding the camera here. So I think we need to head for the van and we'll cruise on over to Lake Tahoe. Sounds like a plan. If you ever get a chance, pop in here. It's not much to get in. I think it's $10. Tahoe's not that far. Probably about 35, 40 miles. Drive past the Capitol again. Oh, they got protesters out holding signs. What's it for? The wild horses. About feeding wild horses. They got all their signs up. Carson City isn't that big, huh, for a big state like Nevada. All right, well, we're going to go down there and pick up U.S. Highway 50. For more information on my channel and travels, be sure to check out my website, RVERTV.tv. There you sign up for a newsletter, putting one out once a month now. Got all kinds of cool stuff about travels, blogs, pictures, previous, future. Also, we got a merch shop. Got the Armchair Traveler series, hats, mugs, t-shirts, that kind of thing. Also, we got the Heck Yeah hats, shirts, and all that, which is extremely popular. Very popular. That saying, heck yeah, I love it though. Makes it fun, doesn't it? And all kinds of other cool things on the website. Once again, it's RVERTV.tv, which helps support the channel and future videos, just like this one. Trucking around Nevada, right here at the state capitol. And I appreciate it very much. Here's our turn. U.S. Highway 50 goes up and over the mountain, and it's going to drop us right down where that beautiful Lake Tahoe. I'm actually going to spend a couple nights here. We're going to take the boat ride tomorrow. And after Lake Tahoe, we start trucking north, way north, as far as I can go. North. Something like that.
beach at the very end. That little pop out on the bottom of the mountain is called the Lady on the Lake. She's pretty famous for around here. And there's great fishing, you got restrooms, picnic tables, stuff like that. I got a campsite, but I can't get in. Oh, nice. Well, it's a good place to relax on the beach. Cool. Thank you.
Well, cool. I got a little time to kill. I want to try to get a video of that tunnel we just went through. It's Cave Rock, very famous, and there's nowhere to absolutely get a picture of it except for right here. It was like a little boat launch. Figured we'd pop in here a minute and look at this gorgeous, gorgeous lake. Welcome to Lake Tahoe. Crystal clear blue water. All snow melt. It is so nice here. For years when I lived in California, I'd come up here once in a while and always enjoyed it. Still got snow on top of the mountains. We're up in the middle of the Sierra Nevadas. Tomorrow we're going to take the boat ride across the lake over to Emerald Bay before I head north. Alright, let me get zoomed in. There's that rock. Has a lot of old history to it. Native American. It's been an icon of the lake for a long, long time. The tunnels go through it, but there's just nowhere to pull off and check it. Look at that, you can actually see the bottom of those rocks right there along the shore. Water's that clear. Well, I think I'm gonna make something to eat and go enjoy one of those picnic tables here. Catching this breeze right off the lake. It's almost chilly. I don't know how them two ladies like those kayak paddleboard things. That water has to be frigid. Absolutely frigid. But pretty place, you know. There's just a lot of people that live up here on the lake anymore. Both sides. We're still in Nevada. And tomorrow we'll be heading into day after tomorrow. Tomorrow's a boat ride. Get my schedule straight here. But pretty place. Well, took about a nice, almost hour and a half break. Kind of cool. Gonna head down, get my campsite for the night, get geared up. Probably gonna ride the e-bike. They got bike trails. Do a little e-bike riding tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed our little journey today through Carson City. Heck yeah. Journey continues. Heck, it never ends. Talk soon.